Are you tired of being overcharged and forced into paying a monthly subscription for your Mac and Windows software? Well, if you are, currently we're having a 50% off discount on all the latest Mac and Windows software, such as AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and much more. Our 50% off discount will be ending soon, so be sure to text us "Need Software" to 323-405-1341. That's 323-405-1341. We aim to please, so expect 24/7 technical support, the latest premium software, instant software links delivered to your email, and PayPal buyer's protection guarantee.
Called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel.
The irony, the government gave us drugs to sniff and smoke, then incarcerated us when we distribute coke. Public housing where the richest folks wear fancy furs, Joe Namath in the jets with expensive coats. They made a profit off of Reaganomics. When I speak, your favorite artist and change the topic. I'm Huey Newton, revolution, can't wait to start it. You Cam Newton, was a Panther, turned patriotic. Push
Peace. What it do, y'all? On this Wednesday night. Okay, Mr. Inglewood. Well, I was waiting on you too, sir. Make sure you click that like button. Click that share button. What's up, my peoples? We up in this bitch. Oh, Miss Ravioli in the house. Wish I had some sort of delay machine on this thing right here. I'd be like, house. What's good, y'all? I see y'all on the check-in. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's right. My brother has returned. For y'all, for those of y'all that know about the real shit, you're excited right now. Because real niggas is still out here. We still alive, motherfuckers. Peace, God. Actual fact, Superior J. Like. Peace, people. Welcome back to the Godcast, Lord Jamar Live, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? My name is Lord Jamar. Shout out to Digger. Shout out to Godfrey. They're not here tonight, but please never fret when you don't see them here. That just means they're off doing what they need to do, and I'm holding it down. But trust me, they ain't going nowhere. And we will always be back to do what the fuck we do. But yeah, I'm more of a, aficionado in this realm anyway, especially when it comes to like a East Coast nigga knowing about West Coast hip hop. You know what I mean? I was one of those East Coast dudes that was up on it early. Yeah. To where some of my peoples was looking at me crazy at the time. Like, what the fuck? Why are you forcing us to listen to fucking Above the Law on the fucking tour bus? Because that's the shit I like, motherfucker. That's what we listening to. Until I'm tired of hearing this shit. Now we could put some other shit in. The fuck out of here. It's the type of shit I was on. So yeah, my brother got a joint coming out. I believe he got a whole album coming out, if I'm not mistaken, but I know he got a single that he just released. So we're gonna check that out. Peace, Tess, the CEO. What's good, people? Supreme Shabazz. Yeah, so yeah, my brother is back. I'm gonna bring him back on right about now. I know you love how we was right on time today. Shit, 8 o'clock. Wasn't 8:03. It wasn't 8:15. Yeah, it was 8 o'clock when we said 8 o'clock. I like that. I like it. Well, listen, with no further ado, because I haven't had many return guests now that I think about it. I need to start doing that more. But it feels good, you know, when you got people that want to come back to your platform, especially when they got something and they know that your spot is where, you know, they can come in contact with those real hip hop fans, the authentic fans, the ones that really know what time it is and will appreciate authentic hip hop. So that's why people like my man Hutch be hitting me up. So once again, let's welcome my brother back to the Godcast. Ladies and gentlemen, my man Hutch, a.k.a. Mensa Musa, a.k.a. Cole 187.
What up with you, bro?
Peace, King.
What's up, God? What's up?
I'm great.
Thanks for having me on the Godcast. You know I got to come kick it with the God, man.
Come on, man. It's always great to have the God on the Godcast. Mensa Musa.
Welcome to the West, East Coast. How y'all doing? Much love to the East Coast. East Coast always hold me down, so I ain't got no problem with the East Coast. It's all love.
Yeah, I like that background that you got. I like how you got framed and all that.
It's a wild candy, man. You know.
Yeah, you gotta let motherfuckers remember and shit. Recognize what the fuck is going on, accomplishments and shit.
It's the Ruthless Wall. It's one of the walls. It's the Ruthless Wall, so it's all good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Mensa Musa. What made you name yourself Mensa Musa after one of the richest Black African kings in history?
Well, one thing I wanted to do, Lord, is this. I wanted to be able to attach something to my name that what people don't know. Like in Islam, you know, Mansa mean king and Musa mean, you know, Moses, like that. You know, but in common, if you take the two words as common words, is king, warrior. So I attach it to my name, Cole 187, which is a killer, and king warrior. So that's what the whole thing means. Cole, murderer, king, warrior. You know what I mean? So that's how I flipped it on me. You know what I mean? It have a lot to do with being Black and royal and all that, but I use the common meaning of all the words, you know. So it's basically a coded thing, and it's something that shows the evolution of me as an MC, you know, and where I'm trying to progress and like kind of more like be on the tip of let's consciously say real shit now. You know what I mean? Let's just don't say real shit without no consciousness behind it, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and that ain't something like to rock nobody to sleep. That's just say we can party, have fun, talk about things, but let's speak on some real shit too. You know the element we came from. You know what I mean? We come from that fuck the police era. You know, we come from that element. We come from that era, that PE era. You know, those are my two favorite groups. You know what I mean? So I always integrated that kind of feel into Above the Law. We already were a gangster political group as well. So, you know,
a lot of these new niggas is on some love the police shit right now.
Oh yeah. They on some. Oh, the police is kind of all right sometimes. Like, oh no, okay, all right. God bless you.
Mad. Blue lives matter. Get out of here.
I don't know where, man. But for me, flipping my name and adding to my name was dope because I was able to express as an MC a wider range of what I wanted to talk to on the new album, which is the Resurrection of Gangster Rap. And what the Resurrection of Gangster Rap does, it bridges like the old authentic hip hop gangster rap into having it like in the modern day to topics now. You know what I mean? To where it's like a controversial, like shake shit up right now. You know what I mean? Right. So that's the whole concept of the Resurrection of Gangster Rap, to say shit and be unapologetic. You know what I mean? You know how when we made records, even your crew, y'all said shit that was y'all were unapologetic. You know what I mean? About the way y'all felt about the system and what was going on. The same thing I'm doing on the Resurrection of Gangster Rap. The same thing. I just take a more of a raw approach to how we did with Above the Law. You know.
Well, first of all, I think it's great that somebody who, you know, would call themselves a gangster rapper would now bring in, you know, the Black educational side of it by even putting a moniker like Mensa Musa on yourself. Because first of all, a lot of people that don't even study history, they don't even know who Mensa Musa is.
Absolutely.
So now you're educating people like, who's Mensa Musa? Why he call himself that? You know what I mean? Like and now you're breaking it down in many different terms, not to cut you off, but you're breaking it down how Mansa's king, Musa, you know, in the Quran is the name for Moses and all that type of shit. But also Mensa Musa was an actual person. Somebody who they say, you know, if he lived today, he would, you know, be the richest man on earth, of the equivalent of, I don't even know, like.
But it's kind of like it's kind of like me and you talk off the grid. Like, say, for instance, when we talk about stuff like, we have great people, like everybody want to bring up Rockefeller, this and that. I felt like my whole thing is I'm going to talk about Marcus Garvey. I'm going to talk about Mensa Musa. I'm going to talk about on my album. But I'm going to twist it if those dudes was gangsters. Like in my video, I play Malcolm X in my video.
Right,
you know
we're about to see that in a minute.
Yeah, because I wanted to bridge that to say like, okay, those dudes did some of the most gangster shit to me, because they stood for a whole bunch of people who didn't have nobody to stand up for them. That's gangster. You know what I mean? It don't matter the cause. Like wherever we trying to dig ourselves out of, homie, it's going to take somebody with the gangster muscle every time. You know what I mean? So I wanted to integrate that into Code 187's. My mission statement on this project was to do that. It's to say like, you know, I'm nice with the chopper. I'm also a smart Black businessman like Marcus Garvey. You know what I mean? To show you like, okay, this is the range that people can have. You know what I mean? You don't have to be like, oh, I'm stuck with this and I just kill up everything. Okay, man, kill up something for a reason then. If you're going to kill up something, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to go gangster, be gangster for something, you know?
See, I always said.
And I think that's what young people like Nipsey was trying to bridge that too. It just, he just short-lived, you know what I'm saying? He was the one in this modern day era to do it. We were trying to do that back in the days when we were trying to say, okay, we out here struggling, but, you know, the penitentiary ain't really all what it's cracked up to be. We always had the rhyme and the reason, even though all people heard was motherfucker, bitch, fuck you. You know what I mean? They didn't hear the other shit.
See, I always felt like the gangbangers were the unguided soldiers.
Absolutely.
Our soldiers without guidance. And if they were to receive guidance, then they would be dangerous as a motherfucker.
Absolutely.
And that's the type of shit that they did not want to happen. Like, if you do the knowledge on my third album, on the Everything is Everything album, on the song Holding On, right? Rest in peace, my man Star, who sang on the hook of that. We filmed that. My half was filmed in the Jordan Downs projects.
Right.
In Watts. Okay. Now, this is around the time when the East Coast, West Coast, you know,
is at an all-time high
and all of that type of shit.
Yeah, but
these was my brothers from before all of that type of shit happened. And when it went on, it was like, man, y'all ain't got nothing to do with that.
And you know, you got to realize one thing that you saying is really, really real. You got to realize me, you, our groups come from the era where we all work together. We toured together. We did it. We come
Right.
from that era. It got funky later on in the game. You know what I mean? That's way later when we was moving around because
For some
we
people,
needed each
though.
other.
Not for everybody.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front. I ain't really never had no rap beef. I ain't had no beef with
Hey.
other rappers like that. You know what I mean? To where, you know what I mean, niggas is fighting or cutting or shooting or any stupid shit like that. You know
And
what I
I
mean?
think our
It
era
depends
is so
the energy
crazy.
you give off too. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and I think our era is so crazy because we have mutual respect. You know what I mean? Like no one really stepped on each other's toes because it was like, okay, man, I got to do a show with Brand Nubian. Okay, cool. I got to do a show with Leaders. I got to do a show with, you know what I mean? Nobody's like, I don't want to be on that show. It's like, man, for us, it was just rapping, homie. You know, we just a lot of us was fresh out the projects type of shit, homie.
Man,
like
I'm doing shows with Ghetto Boys, all
right,
kind of motherfuckers.
exactly, homie.
That today you might not would expect that to be, you know what I mean? You wouldn't put all these people together like that, but that's what it was like. Hip hop wasn't.
I think that's the
thing.
divide
It
and
wasn't just
conquer thing
the gangster tour, like, you know, the conscious tour. Like it wasn't that shit back then. It was just, man, whatever's popping right now. Oh, the Ghetto Boys pop. All right, they got a hit. Put them on the shit. Popping above the law. Let's put them on the shit. Let's go.
That's right. And I think that's the richness of hip hop where we came from. I think that's what made the industry rich because I think this, man, when we start falling into the corporate structure of everything, that's when the separation came for all of us. You know, when the corporate structure came into play. You know, I don't think it was more so us. I think it was more like when they can categorize it to this is gangster rap, this is hip hop, this is that, this is this. But if you go in the record stores, we all in the same area. We right next to y'all. Bubba Law, Brand New, everybody buy each other. So the fuck. It's A to Z.
It's alphabetical once you get in there. It ain't about
So
category,
like,
man.
It's this.
Brand Nubian was right by Bone Thugs and Harmony, and you know what I mean.
That's right. It's A to Z.
Whatever else was in the B's and shit.
Yeah, whoever, Boss Man, Loco, whoever.
Yeah, all of that shit, all of that fucking shit. Well, listen, real quick. Man Friday, thank you. Man Friday said Uncle Sam's Curse and Legends are among my most valued rap records, and I play tracks like Soul Searching all the time. The production on your records is phenomenal. Salute from the UK. Well, thank you, Man Friday.
Thank you.
That's quite a compliment.
I'll take it.
Especially you. And now you did most of the production on Above the Law, right?
Did all of it.
Did all of it. Because just today, I think I was talking about Black Superman, and somebody was like, who produced Black Super? I said, who the fuck you think produced it? If not, I believe my man Hutch did that. Like he was the producer. He comes from a musical family. Remind people your family lineage.
Okay. My father is Richard Hutch, which is a writer and a producer and a composer at Motown, and my uncle's Willie Hutch. You know, my other uncle is Jerry Long, who wrote, and they wrote for, I mean, it's countless things they wrote for, from the Jacksons to the Commodores to the Temptations to, you know, list goes on. You know what I mean?
So coming from a musical family, were you privy to like learning instruments at a very young age?
Yeah, I studied. I actually started out being a musician. You know, I played 3 different instruments. I played trumpet, bass guitar, and piano. I'm trained by my father on piano, but I studied bass guitar and trumpet in school. Those were my instruments. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm from a musical family.
Back when they still had instruments in school and shit.
Yeah, exactly. You couldn't say you was a musician in my house and couldn't play nothing. So, you know, you might as well. Now you can say you're a writer, you can say you're a composer, but you can't say you're a musician. So I grew up with musicians. So, yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, that's such a blessing. I remember just being young and just looking at instruments like, God damn, I wish I could just pick this shit up and play it, but I can't. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't really, you know what I mean? It seemed
but you
like
know, I mean,
white people was the ones that, you know, would get like piano lessons and shit. You know, there'd be extra money for shit like that. You know what I mean? So unless you,
I was trained. I didn't get
your household that can really, you know, teach you for free, you know.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And you gotta have, back then you had to actually have like a piano or some shit in the crib.
We had one, yeah. We had one
You
at
know
my
what I
grandmother's
mean?
house.
Like,
When
I
you
live
come in
in
my
an
grandma's
apartment.
house, when you come in my big mama house, you have a piano. The first thing you see when you walk in the door,
Right.
piano
See,
there.
that's
So
beautiful.
I
Yeah.
immediately get on it, So
Yeah. Well, that's dope, man. That's dope. Well, listen, man, I wanna play this joint, man.
you gotta play it.
Because
It's thought provoking.
yeah, you still got that fire, man. I'm gonna just play the whole video in its entirety. I was just gonna go from the straight from the music part, but fuck it, let's just play the whole shit. How
Play
you
it,
want it?
man. It's
How you
mine.
want
I
it
own it. Play it.
presented? Right? Yeah. Usually I get a little because
It's mine. I own it. Play it.
yeah, these motherfuckers on YouTube, it's you got a copyright claim and all this type of shit. I be getting claims on my own shit. But
Not
anyway,
unless I run you down, you got a claim. But other than that,
all right. Well, check it out. Man, I'm proud to premiere this right now on the Godcast. I mean, not that I'm world premiering it, but it's a premiere on here. God
it's a
damn
premiere
it.
on here. Yeah. It's available everywhere. It's streaming everywhere, but it's a premiere on here. So
right.
for those are the people on the Godcast that ain't getting it, let's do it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, my brother, Cole 187 of Mensa Musa, My Agenda. Yeah. This is my agenda. Hold up. Well, goddamn. Let's go ahead. I don't hear you. Hold up. Your mic is muted.
Let's work, man. Let's work.
Yeah.
Let's work, man.
Fuck your agenda.
Use a pretender.
Use a pretender. This is my agenda.
That's right. Yeah, man. Okay.
Let's talk about that song.
All right.
What inspired that song? What made you feel like writing a song called My Agenda? What's
well, my thing was this. First of all, being a strong, powerful black man, I don't like that. I'm gonna put it to you real as I can put it, since we on the Godcast. I don't like when people target certain things in order to create some kind of propaganda to make ends or whatever, And what I started noticing when I started doing the record, the Resurrection of Gangsta Rap, I started noticing a lot of this. Like every time I would hit shows or hit commercials or whatever, just normal, just watching the ball game or whatever, I would always see them put like some homosexual shit into it, Now, I don't have no problem with homosexual people. Me and you've been in the industry forever. We done work with all kind of homosexuals. It's cool. What I have a problem with is when it always looks like it's us. It's never spread it around equally. It's never spread it around to where if you look at it, it's like saying, I see the most manliest black man getting that type of jacket on him.
Right.
So I was like, oh, this got to be on purpose. So then I started researching it a little bit more as I started doing the record. I was like, well, it's funny how they're starting to make that be like a special thing according to a sexual preference.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, okay, it ain't nothing wrong. I don't see anything wrong with anybody under the order of, the Almighty. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever they do, that's their course that they own. But what I don't like is when you say, oh yeah, I'm a plumber, but by the way, I'm gay, so I can do your plumbing better. Like, oh, by the way, I'm a rapper, so I'm gay, so you should like me more. No, you leveraging homosexuality. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm a plumber, but I'm gay, so that makes me a brave plumber. Like,
right? Yeah.
Why?
Oh yeah, I just told you.
Told me just now. Like,
yeah, that makes you brave.
You could have just been
a fireman is brave. A fireman is brave. He run in a house and save somebody from a fire. He's brave. Just because you tell me that you like the same sex, that ain't brave.
Listen, if taking dick made you brave, you know how many heroic women are out here right now?
There you go. And that's what I was about to say. I said, yeah. So
You know
I
how many
guess if I come
heroic
out and
women
say,
are out here, God damn it.
well, I guess if I come out and say I like to eat my girl pussy from the back, I'm
shit.
brave. So I'm brave. That's where I like to have sex with my girl. I like to eat my girl pussy from the back. Ain't I brave? Ain't I so brave? You know what I mean? That's what it sounds like. That's how crazy the shit sounded to me. When I saw that shit, I was like, wait a minute, hold on now. Wait a minute. Now, this is happening in your bedroom, ain't it? You know what I mean? All this shit that we talking about is happening in folks' bedroom, right? It don't have nothing to do with, okay, hit my accountant. It's just my accountant. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. I'm going to ask you this question, Jamar. I'm going to ask you this question.
Yes, sir.
If your accountant is gay, what are you worried about? You worried about him doing your paperwork right, your numbers, your taxes. You worried about that. You ain't worried about what's going on in his bedroom.
Let me tell you something. You know what's so funny? We used to have a gay accountant.
Right.
Okay, shout out. Hang on. Gerald. Shout out to Gerald. Right. That was his name, Gerald. I'm not sure where Gerald is at. But back in the days, right? Bert Padell, okay, he was the accountant to the stars, you know, and stash more cash than Bert Padell.
Yeah.
Right? So if you was a rapper or an actor or some kind of big wig back in the days, especially if you lived in New York, there's a chance that Bert Padell was your fucking accountant. So him being your accountant, he doesn't do the actual work. That's his firm. He owns the firm. And there's accountants that work there. Many different accountants.
Absolutely.
And so there happened to be a black homosexual accountant, you know, openly gay,
that's fine.
Male, who, you know, by the name of Gerald, who was in charge of our shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Listen, I wish you could talk to Gerald right now and ask, no, seriously, and ask Gerald if he ever got disrespected or anything like that for being gay and all that type of shit. See, he was like, first of all, he wasn't like a transgender type of gay.
Right, exactly.
He was an outwardly gay man, but he was a man. But he never said no funny shit to a nigga. He never tried to like impose it on you or anything like that.
Right. If it was your thing,
you know, that's what he was about. And it was like, Gerald, send me my bread. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all it was about. Nobody gave a fuck about who his boyfriend was, and I ain't never even seen him do, you know what I mean, in that capacity socially and no shit like that. But Gerald was obviously gay, and you're right. We didn't give a fuck about what he was doing in his bedroom. All we would be mad at is if the bread was supposed to be there and it wasn't there.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Send me a Western Union. It's the days of Western Union. Where's the fucking Western Union, Gerald?
Right. And see, I think that's where to me, homosexuals get a bad rap because the agenda comes from them trying to capitalize on, you know, what their thing is. Like, it's popular now. You know what I mean? So like the second verse, one time I seen this ad, and my mom's, she got really furious about the shit. She was like, what they talking about, gay is the new black? And she was like, they ain't went through, I mean, my mom's is like an afro, that had an afro this big like Angela Davis. And, you know, she's one of the first little girls that was in the final call in LA, you know, Muhammad Speaks, right? And her and my two aunties were. And they like, wait a minute, but they ain't went through the struggles that we went through. You know what I mean? Because you have to realize one thing about us. The stuff that we went through was legislation. Jim Crow was the law. Slavery was the law. So you can't compare black people's plight to yours. Yours is more of a social thing. Now, I understand. Listen, your mama, the preacher don't like you. Your auntie don't like you. Your uncle don't like you. But that's not going to make us like, because I noticed this, man. If I see a black gay dude across the street getting pressed by the police, he getting pressed because he black. He ain't getting pressed because he gay. So let's not get into those politics. You know, let's not get into those politics. Let's not get into that. So that was my whole thing with writing the agenda, saying like, look, man, listen, y'all people who trying to promote this so-called agenda is not going to group black people's plight into that. You're not going to, not on my watch. I'm going to say something, you know, because look, I always been this dark, you know what I mean? So I always had, I've been always dealt the short hand of the stick, you know what I mean? So, you know, so I understood it. So when I was writing it, when I saw that, it's kind of like people came to me and be like, man, this is crazy. Then to top it off, I seen them changing certain things like comic books. Like when they did Batman, they changed. I was like, then they did Superman. I'm like, wait, hold on. This seemed like something like they targeting something like right here. You know, when you talking to children, you targeting a race of people, you lumping all this into that. And it's like, hey, man, you know, and the more fucked up thing, which was a flag on the play, was that they hold more weight than what black folks done been through. That's crazy, bro. You know, so I had to speak on it, being a gangster rapper, being a hip hop aficionado. I love hip hop from LA to Brooklyn, back to LA, back to the Bronx, back to on a global level. You know what I mean? So I had to speak on it, man, like a real true MC.
So let me ask you, was there any fear of you being canceled? Because
yeah, it was, but I'm from the band.
Stance.
Yeah, I'm from the band era, so I don't care. I'm an underground rapper anyway. So you know, my stuff is never going to be commercial any fucking way. So it's just a normal day at the office with me. If you cancel me, I'm gonna turn it into something because you got to sit down with me and have a conversation like me and you having on the Godcast, you know. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, it ain't nothing special about you being that. It's a sexual preference. You know, listen, I'm gonna take you a step deeper on your show. I don't know why you got a flag. I don't know why you got a flag.
Right.
I don't know why you got
Where's
a flag.
your land at? Where's your land at?
Where's your land at? Where's Gaberville at? And that's not I'm not homophobic. I just want the conversation to be had and answer those questions. See, my whole thing is that.
First of all, I don't even buy into that word because it's not even a real thing.
Okay,
that's a medical diagnosis. If you look up what a phobia is, it's an extreme aversion to something. Nobody's getting up and running out the room when somebody that's LGBT or whatever walks in the room. Nobody's doing that. You know what I mean?
I got family members. I'm not frightened of them. They're cool.
Remember back in the days, they used to have them shows, Donahue and shit. People would have phobias to like tinfoil and frogs.
There you go. Closet. I was afraid to go to
They bring tinfoil in the room. Ah! Motherfuckers start running out the room, screaming and crying. That's a fucking phobia,
right?
Fucking tell me just because I don't agree with something that I got a phobia. Get the fuck out of here. I think a way to try to silence you.
I think it's messed up for one reason. I think that say I'm pro-life, right? You know, we have kids, you know, and we're not allowed to be normal because we're pro-life. It doesn't mean that we want anything to happen to gay people. Under the order of the universe, God, Allah, all praises, you deserve to walk this planet and have the liberties that everybody else have. I always was against one thing. When people were talking about gay marriage and all, I said, hey, man, look, if a motherfucker want to go marry a rattlesnake, he should be allowed to marry it. I feel. That's like telling me who I should fuck and who I not should fuck by legislation. I don't think that's fair anyway to nobody. But here's one tidbit I want to say this. You have to realize black and white couldn't be married back in the days. That was legislation. You see what I'm saying? So who has a right to do that? I don't know what crazy motherfuckers came up with any of this shit. But at the end of the day, I just felt like it wasn't a right to try to target a certain group of people, which is me and the rest of Black America, you know, Black global. The fact that they just trying to say we're the ones that, oh, that's the new black or that's the new this. I didn't think that was fair. So that's why I created my agenda, you know, for us to have the conversation with whoever. It doesn't mean that you hate somebody because you're saying I'm pro-life. It's just saying that this is who I am. You know what I'm saying, bro? And I think that's what the era we came from. People wasn't afraid to have the conversation. If we said F this or I ain't fucking with that, people were like, oh yeah, I want to wonder why he's saying that. You know, now you just get canceled. Oh, you said some shit. Oh, get out of here. Why you feel, not even why you feel like that. It's like the baby. If you look at what the baby did, what the baby did was kind of wild, talking about the age shit. He shouldn't talk in the medical terms, but if the baby don't like male on male interaction, that's his prerogative, dog. That's what he's into, you know, and nobody wanted to have a conversation with him, you know. Now, me being an educated person, I wanted to take the approach to, can we have a conversation?
Right.
That's it. I wanted to have a conversation. I didn't because I'm like you. I done had gay publicists. I done had gay family members. I done had gay stylists. I done had all kind of people in the walks of my life. I've been in the entertainment business over 30-some years. So my whole thing is that I done ran across gay
love
people,
these people, even if we don't agree with them. You can still love somebody and not agree with them.
Let's keep this 100. Let's just keep this 100. Okay, we're going to say this. I'm going to say Elton John. I'm a big Elton John fan. Okay. I bet, and I'm really good friends with his writer and his composer, Bernie. We used to go to Raider games together. I guarantee you that when his legacy is done, he wants to be a great writer, singer, composer, not the guy that happened to be gay. Okay? I'm pretty sure Freddie Mercury, the great singer, I love Queen. I'm pretty sure Freddie Mercury does not want to be remembered as the gay guy from Queens. He wants to be known as the prolific songwriter, singer from Queen. That's all I'm saying. You can't don't leverage the shit. Like why does IKEA have a LGBT couch? Gay people sit on all kind of couches. Leather couches.
Are you serious? They got an
couches.
LGBT couch?
They have one.
But it's a rainbow couch.
Yeah. Why does TGI Fridays have one? Have a cake? Why does International House of Pancakes have a LGBT cake? Because they're trying to capitalize on their cause. And see, you have to be careful, because remember when we was coming up, how hip hop got so big, they started trying to exploit hip hop. Well, it's the same thing they're doing with that, and no one's paying attention to that. You see?
You know,
see how Hush goes over Jerusalem?
Well, what's funny is, like you said earlier, how they got us doing it a lot. And the reason why they do it is have us doing it is because we are the ones who push civilization forward. We are the original people, and all people looked to us originally to see how to move and how to live and all that type of shit. So naturally, everybody, if they get us to do it, they can get everybody to do it. So that's why they need us so bad to be down with it, to be down with everything, to be down with the shot, to be down with, you know, like
Lil Nas X, for instance, which is he's a great artist. You know, I love the music that he does.
I don't.
I think he's a great. Well, when he first came out, I think he used the gay agenda to leverage himself. You know what I mean?
The only song that I kind of liked, that, you know, was the first one. Like that.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. And if he would have stayed
after that, it was like, all right, bro, now you're just doing shit to try to.
And if he would have, and think about this. Now we're creators, so think about if he would have stayed on that path, you would have loved him. It would have been.
Nah, I don't know if I would have loved him.
No problem.
I would have, but tolerated him a little more, maybe. I never loved.
So I'm just saying, everyone has their preference. Like I'm saying, everybody have a preference. You know what I'm saying? You're a creative person, so you get it when it comes to doing things different and abstract. But you don't have to leverage your sexuality, is what I'm saying. He never had to do that. He already was at this level of being an artist. He never had to leverage that. And so that's where it became, to me, roped into the agenda thing. When you're leveraging something, it's like saying, oh, well, like me because I'm black. Say I'm dope because I'm black. It's like the guy who's saying every black person can play basketball. It's like, huh? So it's like, what are you trying to leverage? Like it's like he try to leverage the homosexuality shit. And I'm like, what does that have to do with making a hit record? That was my biggest problem with it. It had nothing to do with anything else. To each his own. You know, then he gets up on BET and he does this thing. The Egyptians was this. That's not even history. That's never been proven in history. Go look at the scrolls, look at the walls, look at the pyramids. I mean, it doesn't say anything of that. Why would you do that? That's a target on black people, man.
Yeah,
And people
I
have to
wasn't
wake
even
up.
aware of what he did because I don't watch that type of shit.
Yeah, he did the Egyptian thing, and it's like then his answer was like, I just
Didn't
wanted
he
to show
tongue down
that
a
it's gay
nigga or
people.
some shit at the same time
Yeah,
on the stage?
yeah, it was gay people. He did it. I just wanted to show it was gay people in Africa. I'm like, what are you talking about, homie? The Egyptians, that ain't even history of them. Why are you trying to rewrite the history? That's when it gets scary.
Whoa, that's what
Yeah,
he
the
said.
imagery. See,
This
people
is my
don't get it.
first time hearing that way. He did that and tried to say, I just tried to show that there was gay people in Egypt back then.
That's what he was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, well, first of all, that was a certain time in Egypt, and that was more when the white people had got there
I'm just
and
saying.
was doing a damn thing.
Know your history. That's all I'm saying. Know your history when
This
you get
was
to talking.
not that was not us doing that up
right.
Yeah,
Right.
but
We know that.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing that we have a problem with. People like us have a problem with. It's not that other part. Like you said, whatever goes on your bedroom, hey, hoorah, great for you. But don't rope us into the shit purposely, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's a lot of deceit, you know. Satan is the deceiver.
There you go.
He has
right,
a lot
yeah.
of names, but he's the deceiver. And
That's
what
right.
is a deceiver? Like, a deceiver is not just a liar. A deceiver is somebody who knows how to lie skillfully and who's trying to get you to do something. See, I'll deceive you in order to rob you,
That's
or
right. All these people show up, man, in hip hop would make me, all these people are just trying to do shit to, let me get views and likes, or let me shock motherfucker. Like you said, what are you doing that for? What does it have to do with the music? What the fuck does it have to do with the music? That's my biggest, I'm a music person. So I have a problem when it's like that part. You know what I mean? To where you're trying to, okay, what's the evil shit about? What's this? We come from talking about the reality of what's going on. That's not evil. It's like saying, if you were to take my music, say for instance, everything that we talked about, hustling, coming up in the ghetto, struggling, grinding, this level, that level. We're talking about the reality of what's going on. We're not trying some superficial shit to just get a like or shock somebody. We're saying some shit that's actually going on in the world. That's I have a lot of problems with artists when they do that part. Because an artist is supposed to be an artist. He's supposed to focus on doing it the way he sees doing it based upon an art perspective, not on like, I'm gonna try this little gimmick shit and slip on a banana peel and now I'm this. Like you go too far when you change and shit. Like, a man can be pregnant. No, he can't. Now you try another shit. Now it's just gang goofy now, homie. You know what I mean? Right. Because we as hip hop, I think it kills hip hop because hip hop, be it East Coast, West Coast, be it authentic hip hop, be it gangster rap, G-funk, whatever it is, it always comes from a place of the artist being genuine about where they're from.
Yes.
And it's not really, it's personal.
That's what usually resonates anyway.
That's what, there you go. That's the word. Yeah. So that's the things that I don't have a problem with. See, it's like you said earlier, like, we playing this shit on the tour bus. And it's like, it's your shit because that may be your thing when you're on the block with your homeboys. You want to feel like you back on the block. You know what I'm saying? That may be like, if I listen to y'all shit, I want to be in New York right now. So I'm going to listen to all this East Coast shit. I'm in LA. I want to be. That's what I loved about hip hop. It took me somewhere else. It didn't make me feel like, hey, man, I'm really not like a funny dude, man. So why am I getting all this? I just want to hear a motherfucker busting dope rhymes and hear a hot beat, homie. I don't want to hear all that, So yin and the yang, I think we have to understand that I made a new record because I think, Jamar, we still have to exercise our voice, bro. I just think we do. Yeah.
First of all, there shouldn't be any time limit and all this. They trying to play us with that. Like these white people. Fucking matter of fact, I just talked to Godfrey today.
Oh yeah, Godfrey. I love Godfrey. What up, Godfrey?
I said, because I got this this Rappers with Rifles retreat type thing going on November
Okay.
6th out in the Poconos, where we're doing some firearms training and all that type of shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yo, you're gonna come out there? He said, man, you know what who I'm going to see on November 6th? I said, who? He said, the Rolling Stones.
Oh, that's high. Damn.
But think about it, the Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
how old are these motherfuckers? They still doing shows and shit like
crazy,
that.
huh?
He said somebody that he knows sings with them or do some shit. I don't know. But anyway,
they're like 100, ain't they?
this is what I'm saying. And these niggas might could put out an album and it'll do crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because that's how they support their fucking legends and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
And they can go on tour and sell mad merchandise and all of that, where, with us, they try to play us on some, you can't even make music past, I don't know.
Yeah, and the media and the
35.
Thing about the marketplace and the media still hold them in high praise, versus if it's me or you, we still gotta like, oh, well, y'all still on that? Like, yeah, we still on that. The Rolling Stones are still on it. Paul McCartney's still on it. These people still on it. You know what I'm saying? Metallica's still on it. You know what I mean? Bon Jovi's still on it. We supposed to still be on it. You know what I mean? So
it's important. Nigga, Matt, Dylan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's important, man. Like it's important for us to keep, it's important for us to keep on going, though, Jamar. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I don't get into those. I don't get into that type of narrative ever, man.
Right? Don't buy into it. Don't buy into it psychologically. Like, if you know that you still sharp and all of that type of shit, then fucking spit your shit, man. Fuck these motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, and y'all deserve, and people deserve this kind of music, young and old. They deserve the truth music. They don't deserve. See, it's always been a balance. You know what I mean? It's always been dance music. It's always been trendy shit. It's always been, but there's a balance of the real and that shit too. You know what I mean? And I think that's where we losing. The scale is starting to tip. That's like when you see Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One do verses, right? Look at the impact. They already show you that when people geeked up off of that, then you already know that's 80s. That's 80s hip hop. So just think about that. Think about people get hyped up over shit like that, because some people ain't never seen it. You know what I mean? Ain't never lived it, but it's such a great time in hip hop. People can't do nothing but respect it. But when you have the media saying, we ain't fucking with that no more. We on this type of shit. We on that type of shit. There ain't no age on hip hop, like he say. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, man, we still have a voice, and I want to continue to be that voice, bro.
Well, that's dope, man. We we're grateful that you're here to be one of those voices, and I'm glad. Wait, you produced that joint?
Oh yeah.
Dope,
yeah, I produced
dope.
10 records. 10 on the album. It's 10 songs, all produced by me.
What's
only
the
person
name of the album?
It's called A Brother Law Presents The Resurrection of Gangster Rap by Code 187 Mensa Musa. And it features cocaine. So
wow, really?
Yeah.
Dope.
Oh yeah, man. Back in the booth, man.
So when can we expect the album to drop?
Album drops October 31st. The single's out now, streaming everywhere. So
on Halloween,
man. Yeah, be ready.
Basically,
and I also got CDs that they can. I got physical CDs too. So
this is a perfect time to come on here, because this shit, the album getting ready to drop in a few days, type of shit.
That's it. Yeah, man. Yeah, we on point. We on
see
point.
What we doing here? We got setups going on. Shit, I like it.
Well, I told you I'd be back with something. I told you when I come back, it's gonna be official.
Well, that's beautiful. I'm glad. You keep your word as bond.
Yeah. Man.
Well, shit. Anything else you got going on that you want to let the people know about?
In January we'll be dropping the Black Godfather TV series. That's coming out. It's on my own network, musatv.net. You know, we also got all of our brother law apparel. It's on ogfashion.com.
Wait, hang
and
on,
also,
don't just slide past that. The Black Godfather TV series, you said?
Yeah, the
Now
series is coming out.
what's that about?
That series is okay. Now, I told you when I came back, I was gonna have a whole bunch of stuff for you, man.
Hey, well, I'm listening.
But the series is about I wrote this character named Cornelius Blackwell, and what it is he's a cat who runs like a legitimate enterprise, but the cat inherited, his father was a part of the Black Mafia and from Detroit, and when he passed on, he left all of his businesses to his son, his oldest son. And so what happens is he's a legitimate businessman, but he still has to run the legitimate business and still run the chair that his father held in the Black Mafia. So yeah, it's pretty deep. Yeah.
Interesting. Dope.
So you get to see some real fly blackness on your television screen. You know, man. Starring me, it's produced by me and my man Zilla from DIA Films. And we do, it's gonna be on my own network, bro. So I launched my own streaming network in January. It's called MusaTV.net.
Congratulations on that, my brother.
Well, thank you, man.
I can't wait to check that out.
Yeah, and then check out all my gear, all my merch. You know, you can go on MensaMusaRoyalty.com, or you can go on OGFashion.com, OGFashin.com, and get all the Brother Law gear, all the street gear that you need. You know, my IG is Mensa Musa Royal on IG, you know. And you know, that's where I'm at, fam. You know.
That's what's up, man. Well, listen, man, it's always great having you back. I'm glad you know what I mean? You got some shit for the people. You speaking to the people. You speaking your truth.
It's always about the people, man. Yeah.
You're speaking your truth too in your music, you know, which is very important, right?
You have to, brother. Truth, I mean, you know, and I thank you for having me on, because, you know, a lot of people are afraid to have a conversation, man. You know, so I always got to come. You my first interview, and thank you, man.
Yeah, well, you know, we're not scared to, you know, tell the truth here. We let the truth shield us. The truth is our shield, man.
That's right. That's the light. That's God. That's let there be light.
Not truth here, you know. So yeah, man, I thank you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man, and make knowledge born to the people, you know, because
that's right, bro. I'm always
right
do it, God. Don't trip.
And I can assume that, you know, you're not with the clot shot, right? You're not fucking with that, right?
Say it again.
You're not with the clot shot, are you?
No. I don't do nothing experimental. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't let I'm not a science project, homie. I don't experiment with nothing, man. You know, I gotta know what's in it. You know what I mean? Hey, God bless those who are surviving through it, you know, with it or without it. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm even killed when it comes to that. I'm not with taking nobody's liberties, their rights to put whatever in their body, bro. I stand on that. That ain't a bad thing, man. You know, people make that a bad thing, man. It's really a good thing. Me and my queen, that's how we rock. You know, me and my family, that's how we rock. You know what I'm saying? We keep you know, whatever goes in our body, we decide to do it. We don't let nobody do that.
Right. You know? Ain't nobody gonna force you to put nothing in your body
or do anything.
Thanks to you into doing it and all of that.
No, bro. I mean, because I think for us, we had enough. You know, when you had enough, you had too much. So
well, that's what it is, y'all. Well, once again, Mensa Musa, Code 187, My Agenda. Make sure you go check that out, stream it. Let's get those numbers up. Go watch that video on YouTube right now. And yeah, that's what we're doing. We supporting, you know, we supporting our legends. We supporting our
records everywhere, y'all, and the records everywhere, man. So the record will be everywhere on the 31st. And please support it, man. I humbly, y'all gonna get what y'all really love from me, a brother law. Y'all gonna get what y'all really love. So I appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Code 187. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, fam. Love you, boy.
Love you too, brother. Peace. All right. My brother, Mensa Musa, motherfucking West Coast legend, y'all better recognize. Shout out to everybody in the house. Make sure you click that like button, that share button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. Speaking of TV, real quick, I don't know if y'all have checked out the new season of The Last O.G with Tracy Morgan, but if you haven't, you need to check it out. Because last night, your boy made his return on the goddamn series as Divine. Yes, my episode played last night on TBS. I didn't even know it was coming on, but it came on. So, yeah, go check it out and go support my brother Tracy Morgan, The Last O.G. Shout out to everybody on the damn show. Malik Yoba, Gary Dordan, whole bunch of y'all. This shit was a great experience. Thank y'all. So yes, once again, that was a great show. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Tomorrow in the afternoon, I will be back with my Houston brother, Smackwater. We got some things to talk about. We're going to talk cryptocurrency and shit like that. But until then, my name is Lord Jamar for the Godcast. And to y'all, I say, hey!